All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Yakim out there laboring of the hope for elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And pretty much the unseen hand is pretty much coming out of the murky shadows and pretty much working under the guise of the WHO, okay? And they're pretty much rolling out their future endeavor and pretty much the blueprint of how things are going to, how the world is going to be ran and governed, and the situational impact, okay, that will pretty much usher in these decrees, okay. Now you have this panel here. Pretty much as a doctor, which she's going to be sitting here and speaking of the rollout plan that they have, and pretty much this will be the world guideline for which everybody has to come under, okay, and this will be enforced, okay, and pretty much other things that are going to be going on in the earth, that's already set in place. We know we got pretty much civil war. That's pretty much going to be coming down the pipeline. You're going to have pretty much the crashing of the dollar, okay, and bringing in a new money system. That's going to be another facet of things that are going to be going on. And and pretty much, man, they already did this test run before with that whole lockdown the first time back in 2020, and that was pretty much a benchmark. Because pretty much after the lockdown was lifted, you noticed a different spirit amongst the people. People are more brazen. They're pretty much, more erratic behavior, you see. Okay? You're starting to see people taking more chances of breaking the law. They're having no regard and a total disrespect for any type of authority. And when people pretty much are going to, this is only going to accelerate, as this economy continues to take a nosedive. This is only going to intensify. Plus the added ingredients, okay, that's adding to the pretty much salt to the wound is where you have the migrant situation that's going on. And now you're having people that's pretty much the poor of the people are pretty much at odds with the migrants that are fighting over these pantries that give out free food. You see, and there's a battle for who's getting the food. Okay, and you're starting to see now the homeless situation. You're starting to see the mental health situation that's going on. Okay, and a lot of this is going to all come into a head. And this is the reason why they have to bring in this blueprint, okay, and it's a set of guidelines where the world is going to be governed after. This is going to be the order out of the chaos that's pretty much that's being drummed up, so to speak. This man does a diligent search. He pretty much knows the cause and effects of the people. Problem, reaction, solution. And this right here is just pretty much the blueprint. Is not nothing, no secret about it. Is the fact is that people are not really paying attention. They don't know the ultimate effect of this coming about. This is gonna hit people right in the face unawares. And pretty much the watchmen are on point and pretty much bringing out these things, and we know where it's headed, man. This is going to be a new way of living. This is also going to be a new benchmark within this society, And I'm gonna play this clip. It's pretty much a couple minutes long, and then we're gonna hit the scriptures, But pretty much she's gonna go over the new guidelines, okay? That's going to be taking place. All right. So without any further ado,
WHO documents. You've heard from my last two colleagues that the rulers of many countries and many other apparatchiks have been wantonly breaking the law over the last 3 years. They have had no concern about obeying the law, and they want to protect themselves. Let's see. Oops. Okay. We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. 70 countries at least are involved with this, 50 supported by the US. And the justification requires you to believe that pandemics are common and that they're caused by humans catching diseases from animals, from what they call spillover. And Fauci and Daszak have pushed this idea continuously over the last 3 years. 2 examples. This is one Tony Fauci said in the journal Cell. In a human-dominated world in which our human activities represent aggressive, damaging, and unbalanced interactions with nature, we will increasingly provoke new disease emergences. Daszak and Fauci's 2 lieutenants said the same thing. We must realize in our crowded world, human behaviors, environmental changes, and inadequate public health mechanisms can turn obscure animal viruses into existential human threats. And who is going along with this? Basically, all the major multinational organizations, as well as all our health authorities. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO, to bring this forward. Other things that the amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations but enforceable edicts. Provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase.
And there you have it. That's pretty much the whole gist of it, man. So you're seeing now how this is going to be morphed into where that iron fist is pretty much going to be coming down, man, and laying the smack down. Okay, all right. Those are the guidelines, and that's how it's going to go down. And pretty much, he's saying in his heart, really, who's going to stop this man? Okay, that's what he says in his heart, But real quick, let's get a scripture. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievances which they have prescribed, And this is pretty much an unrighteous decree, because pretty much your liberties are pretty much going to be stripped away, and you're going to have to fall into the authorities pretty much what they have rolled out, Okay, and it's all going to be in the name of being safe, okay. You see, being safe from disease, safe from a pandemic. You see, okay, and this is pretty much a grievance to the people, okay? Because these people pretty much are going to feel it, man. Okay, all right. It's just going to be a grievance to the people, man. All right. Let's get that grievance, okay? To toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief, toil, labor. You know, pretty much in get here, toil, to work extremely hard for incentively, you know, and pretty much exhausting physical labor, okay? And pretty much, you know, hey, it's gonna come a point in time, man, when you know, hey, people are not gonna be benefiting from their labors, man. You know, you're already seeing it, man. You're talking about these little 15-minute cities. You're seeing what they're already starting to do over in the Big Apple. Pretty much, you know, pulling up these congestive pricing, you know, which is going to take a big toll on the everyday working man. You see, okay, all of these things are going to start to come to a head, man. So with this whole smackdown pretty much coming down, it's going to be coming out of the murky shadows, you know, and pretty much it's going to be being enforced on top of the chaos that's pretty much coming down the pipeline, man. You see? All right. From there, let's go to Book of Psalms real quick. Okay, this is Psalms, chapter 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. You know, and the ones that are pretty much controlling the strings, okay, that's pretty much bringing forth these decrees. They're not going to be in trouble as other men. Okay, these are their top elites, man, that are pretty much going to roll out their future endeavor, man. And this is pretty much going to affect everybody that's not within that 1% circle, man. You see? Okay? So they're not plagued like other men. They're coming out boldly. They're coming out from the murky shadows and pretty much predicting and stating pretty much what they're planning on doing. They're letting you know off top. You see? And this plan has been in effect, pretty much has been set up a long time ago. But it's just coming a point in time now where they're pretty much gonna roll it out and pretty much enforce it. You see? But it says, therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Right? Hey, they're coming forth and letting you know what it is. Okay? That's that pride, man. But it compassed them as a chain, man. Okay? Violence covered them as a garment. And pretty much, man, this is going to be enforced with force, if need be. And pretty much, you know, they know that the people are pretty much are going to rebel, you know. And this is why here on the shores of Babylon, you know, this is why a lot of these other concocted situations, okay, that's going to pretty much drive the people to chaos. They have to put these factors in. Okay, you know, you're talking about a place that has more guns than people, you know, and then they have to pretty much get these people pretty much in a state of delirium, okay, and shell shocked from the coming events that are pretty much are going to come upon this place, okay, and then they're able to roll out what they need to roll out, man, okay. But pretty much, man, they're gonna have it to where, you know, civil war is gonna come down, man. You know, okay? They're gonna sit back and watch people pretty much delete each other, you know, by the force of the sword, man. You see, okay? And then when the people are at their weakest, you know, because pretty much the food supply is going to be controlled, okay? Then they come in and pretty much swoop in and pretty much stake their gangster, man. You know, you see, okay? But pretty much, man, hey, man, violence covered them as a garment, man. Okay, and that violence is going to be perpetuated, man. You see? All right. From there, let's go to Isaiah, chapter 29. Let's start at verse 15. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? And this council was pretty much under wraps for a very long time, you know? And pretty much now they're coming out from the murky shadows and pretty much rolling it out and pretty much letting the people know the guidelines that are going to be enforced, man, when need be. You see? Okay? And pretty much whatever human rights laws that these other countries have, you know, here, you got the Constitution. That's pretty much going to go out the window, man. Okay? You see? But they seek deep to hide their counsel, man, from the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? You see? Now what they pretty much are going to the courage is being conjured up. And this is all of the Lord on the left hand side anyway. You know? Okay? But it's driving this man to his demise at the end of the day. You see? But it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work that say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing be framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? And pretty much, man, you know, this man is pretty much with his AI technology that he's pretty much rolling out. You know, this man has that God complex, man. Okay? You know? And he doesn't know that he's being controlled by the Most High. You know, but what? He's trying to pretty much delete the Most High. You know, in fact, man, he has future plans on fighting the Lord when he makes his return. You see? Okay, so this man is pretty much, his pride is at an all-time high right now, man. Okay? But what? The Lord is bringing this man's counsel to naught. You see? This man is pretty much deceiving his own self in his heart, man. You see? Okay? And pretty much, man, it's going to come to, hey, the Lord said, man, he's going to come down upon him while he's eating, man. Okay? When he's pretty much going to enjoy the that benchmark that he has set forth amongst the world. Okay? All right? This is when the Lord is pretty much going to crack them clouds, man, at the end of the day, man. Okay? You see? All right, from there, let's go to Psalms real quick. Go back to Psalms real quick. This is Psalms 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, saying, who shall see them? You know, and all kinds of snares are being laid out here, man. Okay? You know, this is the we're walking in pretty much with the overthrown, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, the embattlements of that overthrown, so to speak. You see? Okay? Because really much, man, it's going to intensify pretty much these snares, man. Okay? The snares are going to be much on every turn, man. Okay? You see? But they encourage themselves in the evil matter, man. Okay? And they pretty much, man, this is a snare unto the people, man. You see? It says, verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. You know, and this is pretty much has been searched out a long time ago, man. And they pretty much have it right where they want it. You know? And the timing is going to be perfect in their eyes to pretty much roll it out and enforce it, man. Okay? You see? That iron fist, man, that's coming. All right? It says, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, the mind is deep, you know? And everything is pretty much well, carefully thought out, man. All right? They pretty much study people. They study people's emotions. They know how to, pull emotions out of people, man. Okay? They know what really pretty much, how the people are going to react when something occurs. Okay? All right? They pretty much have that already, solidified already. Okay? They already know how the people are going to react. You see? It says, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. You see? Okay? And the Lord is going to pretty much have to intervene in this whole thing, man. Okay? You see? All right? Because this man has to be stopped, man. You know? But it says, verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, And you pretty much you're seeing that now, man. You have the Assange case that's pretty much coming up. Pretty much the trial coming up. I think it's going to be in London, and he's pretty much a whistleblower, and he's pretty much going to expose a lot of things, man. Okay, so pretty much the media is pretty much keeping that hush hush, but that trial is pretty much coming up soon, you know, and hey, their own tongue is falling apart themselves, man. You got people that are pretty much blowing a whistle, man. Okay, but this man is pretty much speaking his heart, man. We see what he's doing, all right. But it says, right? Read it again. It says, so that they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Okay? And you got people that pretty much align themselves that's pretty much up against this, man. Or you get the top elites of that are pretty much around the world that are pretty much on with this agenda, but it's pretty much going to be a difficult thing to do when we were talking about the Third World War. Okay, you see, all right, to pretty much have the people on one accord, meaning pretty much when in the middle of a war, all right, and you're starting to see the beginnings of it. You're starting to see the narrative how it's going to take shape, and pretty much the countries are pretty much aligning themselves with their prospective allies, and you're starting to see, man, and prophecies are pretty much coming to pass, man, in that situation, man. You see, all right, but what the scriptures speak about, man, this man, pretty much, is going to come down and sit in the dust, as it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter. But this whole chapter is good, but I want to get to the point. What I want to snag from here is this Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. This man trusts in his wickedness, man. He thinks he has a fully clad idea, man. Okay, that is gonna bring forth. You see, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness; thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." You see, okay, and pretty much, man, this is why this man is pretty much trying to merge man and machine, man. Okay, he's turning things upside down like the potter's clay. He's going against everything that was naturally intended to be. You see, okay, he wants to go in and pretty much tear that down and draw up a new way of living, a new way of operating in the earth, man. Okay, the natural way of living is no more. Okay, all right, because why? It's because he doesn't have control of that, though. He wants to have control of every single thing. Okay. All right, and this is why this new plan, okay, that's being concocted, okay, is pretty much in his plans, man. Okay, his wisdom and his knowledge has perverted him, man. Okay, the Lord had gave him this wisdom, and pretty much, man, this man is running amok with it. All right, but hey, pretty much, man, we're seeing it now, man. We're seeing now how this whole thing is pretty much gonna pretty much take shape.
Increase.
We pretty much see how this whole thing is going to take shape, man. Okay, this is going to be that iron fist that's pretty much the hammer that's pretty much going to be coming down, man. Okay, and this is pretty much ultimately how they're going to do it. They're going to do it through that whole another lockdown coming, okay, and another one's coming, man. Okay, all right. You see, Bill Gates pretty much said it himself, man. Okay, he pretty much said it, man. Then this lockdown, the next one's coming. It has no. It's gonna make the first one look like child's play, man. Okay, the trial run was pretty much already done, and it pretty much crippled the small businessman. So now, pretty much now, this next one, man, is really going to devastate the economy, man. Okay, it's going to be a snowball effect, man, because that pretty much is going to be the whole next lockdown is definitely going to be the end of this economy, man. Okay, all right. The economy pretty much now, everybody's already dumping the dollar. All right, there's already one foot in the grave already. And all it has to do now is you have to have that perfect scenario to come about to pretty much be the death of it, man. You see, so we're seeing how these things are pretty much being shaped up, And we're seeing how the prophecies are pretty much this man's falling right into the hands of prophecy at the end of the day, man. You know? And meanwhile, Jake is pretty much got their head up their ass, man, and don't know what the hell's going on. Jake's still trying to get that bag, man. Okay, you know, Jake is pretty much focused on the wrong damn things, man. You know, hey, even them with the circumcision are. You see, all right. So like this right here is gonna pretty much hit people like a sock full of nickels, man, in a dead sleep. You know, okay. But you know, with that, you know, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Mukakwadash, and Shalom.